Hey everybody, happy Monday. For those of you that have been watching my Facebook Lives for the last few weeks or months, this might be a surprise for you. I normally do my Facebook Lives on Wednesdays, but I decided to do a special live today because we have a very special sale happening tomorrow. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes for people to find this in their news feed, and then we will get started. We are going to be making 3 super fun projects today. And I'm just going to get this up on my computer so that I can see comments and answer any questions that you might have. So as you're logging on, please do say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from and let me know what the weather is like where you are. In Markham, it was snowing a lot yesterday. We had a huge snowfall. It was beautiful, very, I don't know, it was very peaceful actually, maybe because we were inside most of the day. But it was just beautiful outside to see the snow on the trees and on the rooftops, and it was just a really pretty day, and we had the fireplace going and we had our diffuser going, and it was just a very peaceful, calm evening yesterday at home. And then we had to shovel today, although I can't complain. I didn't do the shoveling. I have a 14-year-old son who actually offered to shovel for us today, which was just lovely. And so yeah, I guess winter is here where we are, but if you're watching from somewhere outside of Ontario or Canada, please do tell us what the weather is like where you are. Okay, so let me tell you what we are going to be doing today. So today is a special Facebook Live, as I mentioned. I am going to be showing you 3 cute projects featuring product from our annual catalog, okay? So if you've been watching my Facebook Lives for the last few weeks, you will know that I have been focusing mostly, if not solely, on our holiday catalog products and doing lots of Christmas and I guess in October some Thanksgiving cards. But today we are going to be actually showing some love to products in our annual catalog, and that's this book right here. Okay, so this is our thick one that came out in June, and what's happening tomorrow, so if you're watching this on Monday, November 23rd, tomorrow is a very exciting day because we are having a sale. It's called our Merry and Bright Online Extravaganza. It is for one day only, so only on Tuesday, November the 24th, and Stampin' Up! Is giving 10% off almost everything in the annual catalog. So 10% for us is like free shipping, and I always cringe when I have to pay the 10% shipping, so I'm pretty excited to be getting that value of a discount. In addition, because I'm a demonstrator, I also get my demonstrator discount, so an additional minimum 25% off. So if that's something that interests you, if you are not currently a demonstrator or haven't bought our starter kit and you would like to get an additional discount on your products, then definitely we should talk, and I would love for you to join my team, and there are lots of awesome perks for being a demonstrator, and as I mentioned, that discount is amazing. So I'm going to be showing you 3 projects, and I'm going to be featuring some of my favorite products from the annual catalog. I'm also going to be having an awesome ordering special. So while the sale is only on for 1 one day, my ordering special will be till the end of the week. So we'll be till Friday night, okay? And I will talk to you a little bit more about that. I think I forgot to introduce myself. If you're watching for the first time, I am Zara Premji, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Markham, Ontario, Canada, and I love doing my weekly crafting shows. This week you'll be getting me twice because I'll be back here Wednesday evening. But for tonight, we're going to be doing 3 projects. I'm going to flip the camera down and I'm going to show you or give you a little bit more details about the sale that's happening and some exclusions and my ordering specials, and then we will get crafting. Okay, so please do say hello as you are sitting watching. I hope you're enjoying a cup of tea, maybe having some quiet, relaxing time at home. Our kids have finished their homework and dinner, and they're playing quietly. I requested quiet play just so that you don't hear like tons of banging and crashing upstairs that would make you worry that the roof is going to cave in. Okay, so let's flip the camera down. Oops. Hang on, let's do this. shift this over a little bit and we will get started. Okay. So as I mentioned, we are having a sale. I think I've said it now 4 times. You can tell I'm really excited. And it's featuring products from our annual catalog. So this is 192 pages of goodness. And the sale that we're having is our Merry and Bright Online Extravaganza. In addition to the 10% savings you will get on most of the product in the annual catalog, I'm also offering some free ordering specials. So if you spend $35 or more with me, you are going to get the project kits for the cards we're making. So it's kind of like a card class to go. So you will be getting these 3 project kits, and you will also be getting a tutorial bundle. So every month, I and a group of my stamping friends create a bunch of projects and we create tutorials for them. And so for this month, for the month of November, the tutorial bundle is featuring our favorite suite in the holiday catalog. So you can see some poinsettias here. There's the Wonder of the Season with this gorgeous deer. There's the Heartwarming Hugs suite. So there's some gorgeous suites in the holiday catalog, and we've each designed a project and we've put together a tutorial that has all the instructions, measurements, supply list, and color photographs. So you can follow it step by step. So if your order is $35 or more, you're going to get the tutorial bundle by email and you will get the project kit. So like I said, it's like a class to go. If you spend $50 or more, you are going to get the project kits, you will get the tutorial bundle, and you will get a pack of the Elegant Faceted Gems. I'm going to be using these on one of my cards today. And what I love about these is, first of all, you get 3 different colors. They're super versatile and can be used on any color cardstock project, you name it. And they're also really great for the holiday season. So if you are doing holiday and Christmas projects right now, these would go perfectly on them. So you'll be getting that for free if your order is $50 or more. And if you spend $100 or more, again, you will get all of these. You will also get the Whale of a Time sequins, which we will also be using today. And you will also get a package of handmade cards. Oops, these sequins are flying everywhere. You will also get a package of handmade cards from me, okay? So there are 5 cards and envelopes in here. It'll be an assorted pack, but you will get 5 cards ready to sign and send as a gift from me. So this is, if you spend $100, you will get all of these goodies. So you'll get your sale price, you'll get some awesome goodies from Stampin' Up, and then you will get some goodies from me. These will come separate from your order. So if you're placing your order online, you will not get these right away in your order. These will come separately from me. So once I close the order, I will order all of the freebies and then I will send those over to you, okay? So lots of great value, awesome specials, and it's just to celebrate and add a little bit more fun to the sale that we're having this week. All right. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining. Okay, so there's a host code here. I've also written it here. And so if you are seeing this video before Friday, November 27th, you qualify for these gifts. You can go to my online store here. It's bit.ly/online store Zara. And then here is the host code. So if you enter in that host code with your online order, you will get those items for free. There is a list of exclusions, and I have posted that on my page, and I will also include it with the email that will go out with this video. And so there are a few exclusions that are where things will not be offered for the sale, okay? But most of the things are. This is like a very small selection of products relative to all the fun things that are in here. Let me show you the cards that we're going to be making today. So let me just move my catalog. So this is one that's actually from one of my most favorite kits ever. And then we're going to be doing this one here featuring the Whale of a Time suite. And then we're going to be doing this card here from the Tasteful Touches. So let's get started with our crafting. We will be starting with our project kit, okay? So let me show you where this is in the catalog. So if you actually have the annual catalog, you will find the Gorgeous Posies card kit on page 8. And as you can see on the page here, it's called a project kit, which means it's not all inclusive. So it doesn't include your stamps and your ink, but it does include all of the materials that you need to be able to make 16 gorgeous cards. So there's 4 different designs, and you get all of the cardstock, the little die cuts, the thread, and the ribbon all included included in there. So you can see a photo here of all of the things that are included. And you can add on the stamp set called Gorgeous Posies, which has some beautiful sentiments in it. So this is the stamp set here. Some of the sentiments are wishing you comfort and peace at this time, for a very kind and thoughtful friend, celebrating your day, and get well soon. And then there are some floral and leaf images. So you can have a combination of both images and sentiments. However, I will tell you that while I love the stamp set, I love the sentiments, and I love the fonts, you can also substitute with any stamp set that you might have. And the labels in this kit are actually pretty well sized to fit many of our sentiment stamps. Let me show you what I mean by that. So when you get the kit, you will, oh, sorry, I should tell you, the price of the kit is $44. It's on sale tomorrow, November the 24th, and you will get 10% off. What I love about this kit is this gorgeous storage box that it comes in. It's a really nice keepsake box. When you open it up, you have all of your materials included in the kit, okay? Hi, Aleem. How's it going, cousin? Okay, so all of the materials are contained in this kit. Now, I have assembled many of the cards, but I wanted to do that so I could show you what the finished cards look like. So this is one design here that says celebrating your day. Of course, you can substitute with any stamp you want or any sentiment. This one here says wishing you comfort and peace at this time. Again, if you don't feel like you need this many sympathy cards or, you know, get well soon cards, you could change these up to birthday cards or thank you, whatever it is that suits your needs. This one here says for a very kind and thoughtful friend. All of the card bases are already included, even these layers that have the printing on them, that's all done for you. There's no stamp, you don't have to stamp the backgrounds. All you do is basically just stamp your sentiment and away you go. And then these are the get well soon ones. So these die cut labels come in the kit. Let me just move these envelopes aside. So you get your card bases like that. You get your layers, so you can just, again, stick everything down. You get your punched out pieces. So these beautiful flowers, leaves, I've punched and used a few of those flowers. And then you get these die cut labels, which are very easy to punch out from the paper. Okay, so they're beautiful, and you'll get more than enough. So if you do make an error or a mistake and you want to do another one, or if you just want to reuse whatever you have left for other projects, you can definitely do that. So there's lots left in here to be able to make other projects. And then there's a whole other sheet which includes the flowers, and they have these beautiful foil centers. So just lots of glitz, and it's just gorgeous. I love the flowers on them. So here's some things that you can do with this kit. If you finish the kit, or once you finish the kit, you have a couple of options. One is you can keep them in the box and use them for when you need them. So if you want to send a card to someone for their birthday, or to let someone know you're thinking of them, you can just grab it and sign it, and then put it in one of these beautiful matching envelopes and send it off. These are mailable. No additional postage required. The other option is you can actually give this as a gift. So you could just actually put everything in the box. You could wrap it up, put a bow on top and give it to somebody, or you could take some of the leftover ribbon in the kit and then wrap it around, tie a bow, put it in the box, and then you can wrap it up nicely and give it to somebody as a gift. So this would make a wonderful holiday gift. And I think this, at this time of year, in particularly this year, to be able to send cards to people and bring joy and sunshine is just a true blessing. And so I think anybody would love to get this gift. So there are some ideas for you in terms of gift giving, but also, like I said, if you wanted to just keep it, and quite frankly, I mean, the box is beautiful, it would be hard to give away, then you can keep that for yourself, okay? So let's get started with this card, and I will show you how easy it is to assemble. So I'm going to be doing this one here that says celebrating your day, and I've got my card base here, which is already folded and scored, and then I've got this piece here, which I'm just going to glue down using my Stampin' Seal. So I'm just going to take my adhesive, whoops, I've got a little dimensional backing here, and I'm just going to lay this right down onto my card base. Okay, so that's how easy it is to get the base of your card ready to go. And then we're going to do some stamping. So the thing I forgot to mention actually is that the kit comes with a little instruction booklet, okay? So it's got color photos and numbered steps for what you need to do. So each of these steps corresponds with an instruction inside. So for example, this one here says number 5. And I open this up here and number 5 says adhere using Stampin' Dimensionals. So even if you have not crafted before or you're not an avid crafter, this is something that is easy for anybody to put together, okay? I'm going to use the Blushing Bride ink. There are some suggested supplies for the kit, but again, you can use whatever you have on hand. And I'm just going to stamp my sentiment right down onto that label there, okay? So I've got that. And then I'm going to do the ribbon, okay? So the ribbon instruction says to cut 4 inches. I'm looking right here. It says 4 inches of ribbon. And I've already got a bow tied here. So when you open this ribbon, it is a little bit, you know, there's folds in it. You could actually take this out and put it through a curling iron, or you know, just run the iron on really low heat to just get the kinks out. I didn't do that, but if it bothers you, you can. So I'm just going to cut 4 inches of ribbon and put the rest back. So you can see there's ample left over for you to be able to wrap the cards with a little bow around it. And I'm just going to stick this down using my Stampin' Seal. I'm just going to put a strip right there on the card. And maybe put that down here. So I'm just laying the ribbon down like so. And then I'm going to use glue dots. Again, you can use, I didn't love the way that bow was working out. You can use whatever adhesives that you have. Obviously, I have every single kind of adhesive that Stampin' Up! Sells. I'm going to use my glue dots here. And I want it peeking out just from the bottom of the label here. So I'm just actually going to press this here and flip it around, and I'm going to just position it exactly where I want it to go behind the label there. Okay? And then I'm going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals and pop a couple on here. And then stick that down like so. Okay, so you can also change up the orientation of wherever you can put the sentiments wherever you'd like. You don't have to do it exactly the way it's shown there. But I do like to, I believe that I feel like the Stampin' Up! Designers, you know, they know what they're doing. So I like to just follow what they're doing and make mine look exactly like the samples. So I'm just going to put this leaf here. I believe I should have another leaf somewhere, but oh, there it is. So I've just put a little bit of adhesive at the back. And let's see, put a little bit more on top here. Whoops. And then stick this right down on top. Isn't that gorgeous? I think this is just so pretty. And then I think I might, no, I'm just going to use the Stampin' Seal on the back and just stick that right down onto this label here. So you can see the bow is peeking out just a little bit, just very subtly, and the flowers are right on top there. So that's how simple it is to put together the cards in this kit. And like I mentioned, there are 16 of them. And so they're very easy to put together. You could watch a couple of episodes of something on Netflix and assemble your kit and have it all done in a couple of hours. So that is the gorgeous Posies kit. Let me know what you think of it. I hope you liked that card. Let me leave this here while I tidy everything up. And actually what I will do is show you all the cards again, just so that you can see the other cards that are included in this kit. So we have this one here. I love the pink ones. And then we've got this gorgeous purple posy, and then this one here, which I think is soft seafoam. So those are the cards. Again, you get 4 of each. Okay, so 16 different cards. Beautiful kit, beautiful cards. Okay, so that is project number 1. And let me move on to project number 2. So the next one we're going to be doing is using the Whale of a Time suite. Let me pull it up for you in the catalog. I think that is over here. Okay, so if you're looking in the annual catalog, you will find it on pages 94, 95, and 96. Now, what you need to know about this is a suite of products, and that means that it includes a few different products that coordinate together really well. So in this particular suite, we have the bundle, which is the stamp set, which, ooh, I haven't pulled out yet. Hang on. Where are you? Okay. So this is the bundle, and there's a stamp set that has 15 stamps, and then there is an awesome punch that goes with it. So you can purchase both of these separately, but if you purchase them together, you save 10%. So the bundle with the 10% savings is $42.25, and again, tomorrow it's going to be on sale for an additional 10% off. You can also get the products that coordinate with it. So there's also the Whale of a Time Designer Series paper, and that is a 6x6 paper pack here, which has all of these gorgeous patterns, very, you know, perfect for the aquatic theme. And there's whales and fishes and jellyfishes and sea turtles, all sorts of cute little underwater creatures. And so the paper is part of the suite, and then we've got the embossing folder. This is called the Seabed embossing folder, and it's a gorgeous 3D embossing folder. And then we've got this beautiful pool party sheer ribbon. So the suite, you can, they give you one code for the whole suite. So if you knew that you fell in love with all of these products and you wanted to order everything together, you would put in this one code and you would be charged that one price. This price also reflects the 10% savings on the bundle. And for tomorrow, for the 24th, the sale, you get an additional 10% off of that. So you would be saving another $8.85 off of the price. So it's a really great deal. So let me show you the card that we're going to be making. This card right here. There's some space. Okay, so let's start by doing some stamping. So here is the project kit, and I've got some of the materials already pre-cut. One of the things I want to show you is this label die here. This is the Tasteful Labels dies, and you will see it as part of the next card I'm going to do. It's part of that bundle, but I just want to show you the rest of the dies here. So there are, I think there are 10 different dies that come in the set. This is by far my favorite set of labels dies in the annual catalog. I use them all the time. And so this is, if you get nothing else, I would highly recommend that you order these dies because they're super versatile. So let's start by doing some stamping. So I'm going to take out my Pretty Peacock ink, and I'm going to take out the stamp that says, "You're kind of a big deal." So this would be a really cute card to give to anybody. It doesn't have to be just for kids. I would give this to some of my adult friends. I would even maybe give it to my husband. You're kind of a big deal. So that's it. The stamp is, I love the font on here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to emboss our piece of white cardstock. But I'm going to show you a fun little trick with the embossing folder. I don't know if you've done this before or seen it, but it's really fun to ink up your embossing folder. So if you, let's see which side you want to do. So I'm going to actually ink up this side here. So this is kind of the inverted side, and I'm going to ink up this side here with my embossing, with my Pool Party ink pad. This wipes off pretty well with your chamois, or if you have a baby wipe or just a damp cloth, it'll wipe off really nicely. And then I'm just going to set down, my cardstock here, and I'm lining it up. I think I've moved it around a bit. This might not work out as well as my first one, but I've set down my I've set down my cardstock and closed up the embossing folder. And I'm just going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I'm going to remove these platforms here, which I don't need. And I'm going to use my specialty plate here. So we're just going to run that through. and I'll show you what that does to the cardstock. So when you take it out, you'll see that it's created this really cool texture on here, and the ink is actually around the raised part. Okay, so I love how that turns out. I love that look. And you can do that with any of our embossing folders, and it turns out really, really cool. So in the stamp set, there is a whale stamp, which you can stamp, and then you can actually punch it right out with the Whale Builder punch. What you can also do with this punch is you can actually punch out the whales from the designer series paper. So they are sized perfectly to fit in the punch. I've just cut out a piece here, and I'm just going to find it in the window. And once I have that where I want it, I'm just going to punch it right out, okay? The Whale Builder punch also has some other little pieces that will get punched out. So if you wanted to assemble a whole different whale and not even use the stamped images, you could definitely do that. So I'll show you what I mean by that. If you look in the catalog at this whale here, this is actually not stamped and cut out. This is actually punched out with some cardstock, and then they've used the smaller pieces to create the spout, the eye, and then the bottom part of the whale, okay? So that's why it's called a Whale Builder punch, because you can actually build a whale. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way, and we don't want to lose our whale, so I'll keep that facing up, and then we will start to assemble. Oops. Okay, so let's start to put this together. Start by folding. I'm just using a piece of Pool Party cardstock here. Now, I don't want to stick this down yet because I want to wrap my ribbon around it. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of ribbon that's a little bit wider than my card layer here, and then I'm going to take another piece and I'm going to tie a bow. So we're going to make a bit of make it look like it's wrapped around and tied in a bow, but it's actually two separate pieces. Michelle, no, it doesn't stain the embossing folder. You can wipe it right off. So if you have your chamois, or if you have, like I said, a damp cloth or something, you can just take it right off. Now, I wouldn't recommend using Stays-On ink, which is our permanent ink. That will stain it for sure. But certainly any of our classic ink pads should work fine. Okay, so just gonna pull that a little bit. So that's my trick for my bows, is I just hold on to the knot and I pull at the tails to just create the size I want of the loops and the tails. Okay, so we'll move that aside. And then the other thing that I do here is you could use Scotch tape on the back of this. I'm just gonna put a couple of strips of the Stampin' Seal and wrap this around like so. Okay, and just stick that down so it holds in place, and then I can stick it down to my card base. All right, so where is the spine of my card? Okay. So I'm sticking that down. I'm just flattening that out. I'm going to hold on to this for now. I don't want to put that down just yet. I will wait to see where all the other pieces land. Okay, so my Stampin' Seal has run out, and I believe I have, for those of you that haven't seen how easy this is to do, I've got a refill right here. So when you're using our Stampin' Seal, you just need to purchase one full cartridge, and then whenever you run out, you can just use a refill. So I'm just gonna take the little cartridge from the inside and line the holes up with the pegs and close that up, and it's ready to go. You just need to advance it a little bit. So I'm taking this piece of designer series paper and I'm layering it on top of a piece of pretty peacock cardstock that's just a little bit bigger than the designer series paper, and then putting a little bit more adhesive, or maybe a lot more, and sticking that down like so. Okay, And then we're going to grab our dimensionals again, which are right over here. And I'm going to pop 2 behind here, and then actually let's do the whale first. We'll put a couple on this cute little whale. And then pop that right here. And then we'll peel off these and stick this down, just covering the fin of the whale. I don't want it down too low because I want to put my bow there. Maybe I'm going to wait on that one. And maybe I'll put my bow first and then see where the sentiment fits. Okay. So you see how that looks like I actually wrapped it around, but I actually didn't. Okay, there we go. So this guy can go right here. So that's almost done. The last thing I'm going to do is embellish. So here's where I need my Whale of a Time sequins. And I'm going to use some liquid glue. I'm going to put 5 little sequins on here. So I'm just putting 3 dots of glue here and 1 here. And then I'm just going to grab the Take Your Pick tool. I find it hard to pick up the sequins with my bare hands. So I'm just going to pick up one at a time. And put them down on the card. Let's maybe do a greenish one here. And then we'll do a couple more. So maybe one more small one here. Whoops. That's a big dot of glue that I've put down there. And the glue will dry clear. So you won't see these big gobs of glue. And then the last one I'll put down here and give that a little bit of time to dry. So that is the card. And like I said, if your order is over $100, you are going to get these Whale of a Time sequins for free, in addition to another embellishment called the Elegant Faceted Gems, which we'll use on the next project. And then you'll also be getting all sorts of other goodies, including 5 handmade cards. You will get a tutorial bundle. And then you will get the project kits. So you will actually get the materials to make these projects. And if you don't have or choose not to order the items that I'm showing here, you can use whatever you have and still make really good use of the kits. Okay, so that is project number 2. I would love to hear what you think. And then, of course, you can stamp your envelope. So there's lots of cute stamps in here that you can use. Maybe we'll just do this one quickly, just to give it a little bit of a coordinated look. So I'm just going to grab my Pool Party ink and ink that up. And then maybe just stamp that twice, like so. All right, so then it just gives it a really nice coordinated look. And it's already fun even from the outside. So that's the Whale of a Time card. I love this suite. When it first came out, this was like top of my list of bundles to get. Okay, so here we are. After we finished the 2 projects, and we're now going to move on to the 3rd. And let me set this down somewhere safe so that I don't lose it. Okay, the last card we are going to do has disappeared. Here's the project kit. Oh, here's the card. Okay, so that's the card, and we are going to be using the Tasteful Touches bundle, which is in the annual catalog. You love the whale card. Thank you, Michelle. I love the whale card too, but I also really love this next card that I'm going to show you. So I am using the In Good Taste. Sorry, I think I might have called it Tasteful Touches, but it's called In Good Taste. This is another suite of products that have been pulled together that all work really well together, but you can also use them interchangeably with other projects. So for example, This card here is using the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. This is another favorite of mine. And I've actually used the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So this is the wood grain paper in the paper pack that I'm going to be using on this card. So this In Good Taste paper pack comes with 24 sheets. So it's actually double what we get in our normal Designer Series paper packs. And there are just some gorgeous patterns. I'm going to be using this one, which just reminds me of a cozy sweater. There are several beautiful wood grain. Then there are some that just look like a backsplash, to be honest. They're really beautiful. Again, another one that just looks like burlap. It just makes me feel warm. I feel like this paper is so nice for this season and this weather. So really nice dark wood grain, and then some beautiful tiled type patterns. So I'll just go through the rest of these. This one we're also going to be using. And then there's some that look like paint splatter. We're almost at the end. So just some really, really gorgeous patterns that you could, I mean, they're just so versatile, really good for masculine or feminine cards, and the whole suite is just gorgeous. So in this bundle, you will find the Tasteful Touches stamp set, which again is a combination of sentiments and images. I love the images in here. There's some really nice background stamps. There's a feather, some beautiful leaves, and this flower. And then, like I said, the Tasteful Labels dies comes in a pack like this. There are 10 different dies, and once again, these are what the shapes that you will be able to cut out. So the sentiments in this stamp set fit perfectly onto these some of these die pieces, but again, you can use these with any stamp set. I can't think of a stamp set that you couldn't use these with. It's nice because they've got some smaller labels and then some larger ones as well. And then there is also the In Good Taste elements. I haven't used them on this card, but I have used it on the Celebrate Sunflower. So they're these really nice wooden elements. You can actually sponge these, color them, dip them right in your ink pad, and give them a bit more of a coordinated look. So that is the In Good Taste suite, and the whole suite costs $115 something, but again, tomorrow it's on sale and you can get it for 10% off. Okay, so let's take out our pieces here that we're going to be using. So we'll start by doing some stamping, and I've already taken out the stamps that we need, and I will start by stamping the flower in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. So I'm just going to press that down, and I'm just going to stamp on this scrap piece of Whisper White and then put that away. And then next we're going to stamp the leaves onto, we're going to stamp right onto the Designer Series paper, okay? So because of the subtle pattern of this one, it lends itself really nicely to being stamped right on. So I'm just going to take my Rococo Rose ink and then stamp off once and then go right to my paper. So I'm stamping off some ink just so that the color is not as dark or as intense. I just want it to create a subtle background on my card. And then I'm going to take my sentiment, which says, "You are so special," and I'm going to stamp that onto this label piece here. Okay, and that's it for the stamping. We are now going to do a little bit of coloring. So I'm going to use my Petal Pink Stampin' Blends. And when you're coloring, you want to start, well, I start by using the darker blend. I'm actually going to use the brush tip here. So I'm starting with the darker, and I'm just going to look for where the lines are on the image and use that as my guide for where to add some of the dark ink, okay? So this is just going to give me a sense of where I want to create some depth and some shading. I sound like I'm such a professional with these, but truthfully, I'm not. I just find that these alcohol markers make it really easy to look like a pro and make it look like my shading was intentional and after years and years of practice. So now I'm just going to go in with the light, and I'm going to just blend out the dark color. So you can see there's a little bit of shading happening, and then you can actually lay on more color if you like. I'm not going to actually color the whole thing. Okay, you get the idea. And then you're going to fussy cut. So there's no die that will cut this flower out perfectly. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to fussy cut. So when you're fussy cutting, you're just going to use, the paper snips are the best scissors for this. And you're just going to cut along the outline. You're leaving a little bit of a white outline. So not cutting right on the outline of the image. You're just going to leave a little bit of the white around it. And that just makes it look a bit more forgiving. Doesn't highlight the errors. And I'm actually using my left hand to turn the cardstock more than I am using the right hand to turn the scissors, okay? So I'm not going to cut this whole thing because by the magic of television, I already have one here that is cut and colored. So you get the idea, and we will assemble the card. So I'm going to just take my bone folder here, and I will put down this designer series paper. Whoops. So the other side is beautiful as well. It's a lighter wood grain, and you could use that side as well and stamp right on it if you'd like. And put that right down here. And then I'm going to take this piece here, which has some of that pink in it, and then lay that across the middle. So you can see how the leaves are just peeking out above and below the designer series paper. And then let's see, where did those dimensionals go? So I'll stick this down here. And then I'm going to put one dimensional here because I don't want to put dimensional on top of dimensional, and then the other one I'll put here. And that will just give me enough dimension to this sentiment here. Okay, and that's kind of the bare bones of the card. We're just going to embellish with some ribbon. So I am using two different one ribbon, one twine. I'm using the scallop lace trim, and I'm just going to tie a bow. This is a gorgeous, very elegant, feminine trim. You can also color this. So if you were to take this and put it in your ink pad and just take a sponge and pull it through, you could color this any color you'd like. So if you needed it a different color to coordinate with your card, you could definitely do that. I'm just going to trim off the edges, and then I'm also going to cut a bow from the linen thread. Okay. So, and I'm just going to create this sort of double bow by sticking one right on top of the other. And we need our glue dots to do that. So I will take these glue dots. I'm going to make the loops a little bit smaller here and stick that right down onto the card. Fluff them up a little bit and pull the tails down, and then do the same thing with the linen thread. So we want to make sure that the loops are not too different in size. And I'm just sticking that right onto here. Whoops. And then just have that kind of layer on top of each other. Okay, you can trim a little bit so that it's not getting crushed when you put it in the envelope. And that is almost the end of that card. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to use the Elegant Faceted Gems to embellish the card and add a bit of sparkle. And like I said, you can get these for free if your order is over $50. You will get the gems, you will get the project kits for the 3 cards that I made today. Actually, yeah, I can do that. And then you'll also get my tutorial bundle, which I'll talk about in a second. So that is card number 3. What do you think of that? Please, I would love to hear what you think of this card. Do you like the color combination? I love pink. If you know me at all, you know I'm a huge fan of pink. And So anytime I can make a card with pink in it makes me happy. All right, so let me pull in the other two cards again, just so that you can see. And I'll review the ordering special again for those that are joining us a little bit later. All right, so here is card number 1 and card number 2. Okay, so these are the 3 cards we made today. And the reason that I chose to focus on annual catalog products is because we are having a huge sale tomorrow, which you might have heard me mention. And I do have some awesome ordering specials to just make it an even sweeter sale. So here's my host code. Here is my online store link. The sale is tomorrow, Tuesday, November the 24th. If you're watching this video after the sale has ended, you can still get these ordering specials up until Friday, November 27th. And if that has ended, you can still get these products from the annual catalog until June. So the Merry and Bright Online Extravaganza gifts, if you spend $35 or more, you are going to get the three project kits for the projects that I created today. So you will need to use your own stamps and ink, but you'll get the cardstock and all the die cut and punched pieces that you would need. You will also get this tutorial bundle. Okay, so this is a PDF file that has 12 different projects featuring our favorite suites from the holiday catalog. So you will get the bundle, which includes the photos, measurements, supply lists, and step-by-step instructions. So it'll just give you tons of inspiration for your Christmas card. So that's if your order is $35 or more. If your order is $50 or more, you are going to get these plus the elegant faceted gems. Okay, you need to use the host code though in order to qualify for these gifts. If your order is over $100, then you will get, where did I put my little sequins? Okay, you will get the tutorial, you will get the project kits, you will get the elegant faceted gems, you will get the Whale of a Time sequins, and you will get a package of handmade cards. There are 5 cards in here. All of the packages will look a little different. They are assorted. This one in particular has a holiday card. It's got birthday, thank you. This beautiful card here that says Wildly Grateful. So you will get all of these goodies if you place an order in my online store using this link here and this host code here. So those are the cards again. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. It was not my usual time for doing my Facebook Live. I'm just going to flip the camera again to see comments and to say goodbye. Okay. All right. I'm seeing your comment, Michelle. And yes, you know, I love pink. You're reminded every time you watch me live. I do love the pink. I can't lie.